Up next, do solar batteries make sense in 2022? Hi, I'm Jonathan Green from Teho, the place where Australians save time and money as they make the switch to renewable energy. Check out our website for more information and subscribe below for more great renewable energy content. Australia has installed over 3 million solar systems across the country, but battery sales are still a long way behind. Of late, this is changing with a huge amount of solar batteries being installed across the country, which begs the question, do solar batteries make sense? Solar without a battery costs less than solar with a battery. Hence, why we get asked every day if it's worth spending the extra money to get a battery system with my solar system. Your standard solar salesperson is going to say no, if that means a quicker, easier sale for them. A knowledgeable and committed renewable energy salesperson will dive deeper into what's important to you, help you understand how they work, and the value they may or may not add in your situation to then justify spending more or less. Is there more value in getting a battery when installing solar? Am I going to get my money back in a reasonable period of time? I already have solar. Is it worth installing a battery system? These are just some of the questions here at Teho that we get asked every day. Solar installations over the past 10 years have skyrocketed. Millions of systems have been installed in Australia, and millions more are set to come. If it saves you money, has limited barriers to entry, doesn't cost you much, and you'll see a return in your investment in under 5 years, you'd be crazy not to do it, which describes solar perfectly. The landscape of solar in Australia is changing, which is increasing the uptake of solar batteries. The average Australian uses around 30% of their solar during the day, which means 70% of the solar will be exported to the grid. The credit you get from exporting solar to the grid is known as a feed-in tariff, which is then applied to your electricity bill. You don't get huge feed-in tariffs from your electricity provider anymore, and the Australian Energy Market Commission is looking at charging solar owners for exporting electricity into the grid when the grid doesn't need it, commonly known as the sun tax. Why, you ask? The electricity grid was built many years ago to supply power from electricity generators to consumers. The demand for electricity was measured and then met by the supply from these electricity generators. It was easy to turn up and down. Grid demands more, burn more coal. Grid is demanding less, burn less coal. Since the huge uptake of solar, owners of solar systems have flipped this on its head and are exporting electricity back to the grid. The issue the grid is facing is large solar exports during the day, which are overbearing the network, and the solar can't support it at night because the sun isn't shining. This is where a battery system comes into play. If you're not using the solar you are generating, a battery system will store this excess energy and allow you to use it when you need it. Having the ability to use the solar created during the day at a later time is extremely powerful. Pardon the pun. That then takes us to virtual power plants, or VPPs for short. Virtual power plants are hot on the scene and are helping make more sense of solar batteries. A virtual power plant is a decentralized storage unit made up of multiple individual units. In this case, it's solar batteries installed at various locations across the country. These batteries are connected virtually to create one big battery. Virtual power plants are used to supply electricity to the grid when it's needed, and in return, depending on the virtual power plant, the owner of the solar battery system will be compensated or rewarded for connecting to the virtual power plant and providing electricity when it is needed. A solar battery system also creates a sense of autonomy by allowing you to use all your own generated and stored solar power to meet your needs. If the lights go out, most solar batteries have blackout protection function. While there are many more benefits, these are just some of the key outcomes that you can drive from installing a solar battery. With lowering feed-in tariffs, a proposed tax for exporting solar to the grid, and exciting programs such as virtual power plants, a solar battery is becoming a much more viable option and will soon become a vital option when it comes to powering your home. If you're focused purely on returns, a solar battery a few years ago would have taken 10 plus years to pay itself off. Of late, we're seeing solar and battery systems paying themselves off in under 6 years. So, do solar batteries make sense in 2022? We think yes. If you're in the market for solar or a battery system, reach out to the team at Teho. Give us a call on 1300 22 92 92 or check out our website at www.teho.com.au. I'm Jonathan Green from Teho. Thanks for watching.